With Chapter 2 finally coming to a close, today we're going to be seeing what's better, Chapter 1 or Chapter 2. And obviously you're thinking, Chapter 1, obviously. We're going to have a surprising answer. Stick around until the end. But basically, we're not just ranking, well, no, we are going to be ranking something. Not just seeing which is better, Chapter 1 or Chapter 2. We're going to be ranking each season of Chapter 2 and just seeing which one's the best. And then at the end, we'll finally decide what is the better chapter, Chapter 1 or Chapter 2. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you want to. Follow all the socials. And enjoy today's video. Alright guys. First, let's talk about the first season. The one that kicked it all off. Chapter 2, Season 1. Now, this season was really fun looking back on it. And the reason being, because it's a whole new map. And honestly, this season, there was a huge problem with it, and I'll get to it in a minute, which really made this season, some would say, one of the worst seasons ever in Fortnite. And honestly, looking back on it, I kind of thought the same thing, but now, I honestly think that it is a pretty decent season. It's just, there's two pretty big problems with it. The first problem being the lack of updates. I mean, at the beginning we had like a few updates. We had the Winterfest and the Storm King update, and then for the rest of the season we really didn't have much. And the season lasted 5 months, from October to February, which is absolutely amazing. And would have been like nearly 6 months if the season was maybe for like another few days. And that's crazy. That's half a year right there. That's like it's like 2 seasons. Like, so that's kind of crazy. And also, yeah, so just the long extensions of the season, and as well as the lack of updates. But overall, the new chapter kicking off was pretty cool. The new map, you know, just everything, whole new experience of the game. It's kind of just like a whole new game, to be honest with you. Which, you know, it's kind of weird, but yeah. So I give this season a 7.5 out of 10. It's not the worst, but definitely if the season was like a reasonable amount of time and there was actually good updates, like more updates, then that would have been probably up to an 8.5, maybe even a 9 out of 10. Now, Chapter 2, Season 2. This might be a hot take, but this is probably the 5th best season of all time. The first, in my opinion, being Season 5. Then Season 4, Season 2, and then Chapter 2, Season 2 at the 5th spot. I don't know, I just absolutely loved this season. Midas, the Vault, and this was probably just some of the best mythic bosses we've ever had. And the original ones, and the grotto, the agency, the shark, so many memorable locations that I know everyone loved, and it was just overall such a great time. Also, we were in quarantine then, so what better stuff to do besides just play Chapter 2, Season 2 Fortnite. You know, there wasn't too many updates, kind of just like the last one, and also there was another season extend. But it definitely was a really solid season, and a Doomsday event at the end, which was pretty amazing. So I'm gonna give this season a 9.5 out of 10. It was just absolutely an amazing season. Next, Chapter 2, Season 3, which you guys remember was the season where the map completely flooded. This was such a good season, guys, because it's very underrated. I feel like a lot of people hate on it and didn't like the water map, which the water map was actually pretty cool. And it did go down. I love Jules. The drum gun was a little underwhelming, but the actual location, the Authority, was pretty cool. Kit and Catty Corner was like the highlight, or one of the highlights of the season. And honestly, this was just such a good season. And it was the summertime, and if there's a season in the summertime, it's always great because, you know, you don't gotta do anything. You can just play Fortnite all summer. and just grind. But yeah, honestly, definitely a great season and very underwhelming. I mean, oh my god, very underrated season. I don't know why I said underwhelming, because it was pretty cool, almost a little overwhelming, I feel like, with all the map changes throughout. But yeah, it was such a good season. Definitely gonna rank it an 8.5 out of 10. Next, Chapter 2 Season 4. I think my second favorite season of Chapter 2. It's definitely probably like early top 10 seasons of all time. And it was just really good, you know. And a lot of people were hating on the idea of the Marvel season and being like, oh yeah, this season's gonna suck. It's gonna be the worst season ever. Because it's just a whole collab themed season. And it actually turned out to be really good. But, you know, the thing carrying like 50% of the season was, of course, the Stark Industry update. Honestly, everything else was, it was a good season, I guess. I mean, you know, at the beginning it was a little questionable what was going to happen. But Stark Industries came, and another thing else, a lot of the OG players came back, even though they soon left after like a month. But, you know, whatever. You know, but okay. So, I'm ranking this season definitely a 9 out of 10. It was so good. Stark Industry update carried the whole thing. If the Stark Industries update wasn't there, probably have to rate it like in 8 out of 10, maybe even 7.5. But the Stark Industry update was just amazing. And one of the best updates ever in Fortnite. Top 5 best updates ever in Fortnite. Next, Chapter 2 Season 5. A season that kind of grew on me a little bit. I really did not like this season too much. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was very underwhelming though. But it really grew on me. I kind of, you know, looking back on it, there was not a live event. Oh yeah, the Galactus event at the end of Season 4 was pretty cool too. But, talk about Season 5 here. So, yeah, there was no live event. We had the beginning event at Season 6. But we'll get to that in a minute. But honestly, like, Season 5, it was not the worst. I mean, there was really no major updates in that season, and to be honest with you, the Salty Towers was not that great. Colossal Coliseum was pretty mid, not even gonna lie to you. It was a cool concept, but then the building structure there, like, you could hardly build there. It was just kind of, you know, I don't know. But, overall, I think I'm gonna give it the lowest rating we've had so far. Or no, I guess tied up with Chapter 2 Season 1, a 7.5. Season 6, another one that I wasn't really a big fan of, but actually looking back, this season grew on me a ton, like more than Season 5 grew on me. Season 6 was actually pretty decent. I don't know what it was, but looking back, it was actually a pretty fun season. You know, I mean, updates were pretty frequent again. The primal biomes and the primal items were probably like the worst part of the season, though, which is like the main factor, I know. But the season itself was not even that bad. You know, I mean, you know, we could have had some better locations on the map, because, you know, the Spire, it was a cool idea, but again, the building structure was absolutely terrible, and it was extremely hard to build there, and just no one really wanted to land there. The Primal Shotgun was a disaster. You know, at the beginning it was really good, and then towards the end of the season, it was like the worst item ever, which just tends to how most items go in the game. So yeah, but you know, it's whatever. It was a pretty decent season. Gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Next, Season 7, another season that was pretty good actually. Looking back on it, I know like it's gonna be one of those things in like a year or even like a few months, maybe like 6 months. It's probably gonna grow on me. But honestly, man, Season 7 was just, it was alright. It was kind of basic, but it wasn't the worst. Really, I mean, I don't remember too much that happened in Season 7, if I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief. I mean, we got, you know, the Mothership game. That was pretty fun. The end of season event was absolutely insane. So, you know, gonna give it credit where credit is due there. So, yeah, I mean, you know, so, yeah, that was pretty good. Season 7, it was pretty decent, pretty basic, pretty mid, honestly. I'm gonna say it now. It's kind of overrated, but again, it might grow on me since it was literally last season, like every season does usually, that I think is not the best, but I am going to give it a 8 out of 10, because it was very good, but yeah, and then the map changes were actually horrendous, because we did not get anything. Fortnite spilled a little bit of purple Fanta on the map and called it a day. But next, we have the current season, Season 8. I think it's pretty safe to honestly rank it now, and especially because the season has exactly like a week left. Alright, no, I guess it has only like 5 days left since the live event is on Sunday. Okay, it's like, yes, 6 days left. Since the live event is on Sunday, which means, you know, the hours of downtime, which... Actually, wait, I think it's on Saturday now, so my bad. So since it's on Saturday, we're gonna have 3 days of downtime, which is actually kind of insane, because if you remember the original Black Hole, we only had 2 hours. I mean, oh my god, 2 days of downtime, not 3 days, so extended time, I guess, which is a little annoying. You know, I thought being pushed forward today would be great, but, you know, although we all need to get outside, you know, because it doesn't happen for most people who play Fortnite, including myself. So, you know. But alright, so Season 8 was actually a pretty good season. Best season we've had in a while. I mean, I don't know what was so good about it. I mean, it was just honestly fun. Season 8 was, you know, it was very decent season. And not much happened this season. I mean, let me think. Fortnite spilled orange Fanta on the map, because they seem to love doing that. But not actually, you know, putting a whole biome in, since apparently Fortnite's allergic to adding biomes in their game now. But, you know, Season 8, I mean, we've had some pretty decent updates. We had the new system where you can vote stuff in. And honestly, I just think my favorite part of Season 8 is the loot pools. Loot pool's been the best it's been in a long time. Because Season 6 was the whole primal thing. Season 7 was the whole alien thing. Season 8, we have the sideways items, but they're hard to find, which is good. So there's no, like, weird items that are in the game cluttering the loot pool. And the loot pool is just very good. That's probably my favorite part of it all. And just the build-up, man. I mean, this has been such a hype season, because it's the last season of chapter 2, so it's just a huge hype build up, and like, why take breaks? I mean, you know, you gotta, it's gonna be crazy in a few days, and I know people are gonna be back on this game in chapter 3. But now the big question, what is better, chapter 1 or chapter 2? And the answer is, I think chapter 1 does take this. But listen, guys, you know, it's not out of nostalgia. I think, you know, there were some things that chapter 2 really, you know, kind of lacked, especially in the beginning and towards the end. But the middle, man, the chapter 2, season 2, 3, and 4 were like in the prime age of this chapter. So, but I think chapter 1 was better, but who knows, guys, since chapter 3 is coming out soon, it could be absolutely insane that chapter 3 might be better than chapter 1 and chapter 2. I feel like Fortnite's really going to take all their mistakes from both chapters and just keep them out of chapter 3 and leave all the great things they put in both chapters into chapter 3. And it's going to be almost like a combination of chapters, and of course adding all the new stuff. So yeah, I think chapter 1 does take the crown still. If you want me to do like a full chapter 1 review even, maybe, I don't know. I could do maybe just ranking every single season and maybe like a tier list eventually when I get my laptop. But thank you guys for watching. What do you guys agree with me? Probably do. So thank you guys for watching. Comment, subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Peace out, goodbye, and stay vibing.